If you were
Right.
if you were going to the armed services, what would you join? What would
If I
you want to
have
be?
right now or like when? Like it's kind of a question. Like I guess if I were going to do it as a career, if I was going to go into it and like this is my thing, you don't want to be infantry. I don't want to be a grunt. So that means that I've either got to do something in intelligence, which seems very competitive, or I've got to do something that's sort of a special forces or some sort of special operations thing where I've got some sort of talent or some specialization. And I think I would go that route. I would do my best to get into physical condition to be like an Army Ranger or something, or maybe be a sniper, something like that. Do sniper, do reconnaissance, stuff like that. That all appeals to me. Maybe that's what I would have tried to do if I had to shoot for something. But
If I was going to be in the military, I'd be an officer, right? Because I think if you go to college, you're almost automatically an officer. So I'd have something of that going along. The jobs that appeal to me the most involve flying, but I don't think I have the eyesight for it. I've got double vision, and it's not 20/20 either. It's like 20 something worse than that, 30, 25. So it's like, all right, I think that's going to hold me back from a lot of the coolest jobs. I think
I mean, you could be a flight mechanic, stay out of the shit, get paid well, and get to work around the cool stuff.
I don't love that job though. And I knew a couple helicopter mechanics, and it was just a lot of like,
You come back from the war, you're getting paid.
they're the people that I knew were crude people that I wouldn't want to spend all day long with, right? Just like, dude, holding up a piece of pipe as if it was your long penis is only funny once, right? You know, and like for this to be your lifestyle of joke and
Every day, just, hey!
yeah, every day, right?
Yeah, right,
Right,
it's
right.
huge!
Yeah, me poking you in the ass with a pretend I'm gay. Like, no, God, I can't take this day in and day out. So I don't know what I'd want. I could be a tank commander or something like that. I think I could get away with that. You have to be a captain. I say it because my brother-in-law was a tank commander, and
I'm not saying you couldn't do it. That just seems like a rough job, right? Like being
Sounds
a tank.
terrible. If it's anything like Brad Pitt said,
I'd probably
in
get
that movie.
car sick. Well, new tanks are air conditioned, and you have a huge superiority, right? You're just plinking other tanks beyond visual range. You know, it's not so bad. It's just like driving in an air conditioned car, I guess. But
I guess
I'd probably
it's
get
comfortable.
car
They have
sick.
Bluetooth.
I do know that he had like a PTSD thing and like a certain level of like guilt and regret over his KD ratio, I guess. You know, just he went into in the first Iraq war, you know, fucked him up. Like there were tank battles in there that were just like ridiculously lopsided, and he was a part of that, and he won big time. And there comes a certain like survivor's trauma that goes along with
Wait,
that.
early 2000s or like
90s.
early 90s, Desert
Yeah.
Storm stuff.
Yeah, Desert Storm stuff. So, yeah, there were tank battles in that war, and he won in a really big way.
Yeah,
And
those were completely lopsided. It wasn't.
Yep.
Even, it wasn't fair, I suppose. But war isn't fair.
Not supposed to be. We're supposed
Saddam
to be very
Hussein,
Big old
unfair in our
spawn
favor.
trap.
Saddam should have thought about that before he started a fucking tank war.
But
That is true.
yeah, but I know him, and I'm like, oh, I could have gotten along with him in the military. So that guides me to that. I don't know what I'd be good at. You know where I think I'd end up in some sort of. I could do a tech job. I just thought of that. Some sort of like radar operator type thing. I don't know. Like I'd probably be involved in communications or something like that, and that's what I'd do. I'd set up infrastructure on the roll, and that would be a good job for me.
Or you could be working, back home, sipping Mountain Dew and like flying a drone somewhere.
You could. That sounds better.
Nowadays,
Easier.
yeah.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The things I dream of doing, like, oh, I'd be a Navy SEAL. Maybe. Prime Woody was pretty athletic. I bet I was a much better swimmer than most Navy SEALs. I see they do that stupid pool thing where they dunk them.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that and I'm like, I don't even understand what's hard about this. Like that, These are non-swimmers, man. Like I thought the Navy SEALs were swimmers. That shit's easy as fuck. You know, oh, you have to tread water for like 4 hours. Like that. The hardest part about that is just not being that cold. Like it's a non-issue. I've had fucking practice sessions longer than that. These guys are treading water. It's easier than warm up. So, so I was easily as strong in a swimmer. I don't know about everything else.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be really hard, and that seems like, I don't know, that's a really high pressure job.
That's the thing too. Like I
You're
don't know if I'm
doing
any good at
stuff.
killing people.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I'm good at killing deer.
Yeah, when you're Navy SEAL, you're doing shit. Like if you could be in the Army and like never do anything that calls upon you to kill someone or to be heroic. But as a Navy SEAL, it seems like that's kind of what they do. They kind of send them in when, yeah, we need to kill all of these people, but none of those people, and we need to kidnap this guy if we can. And
Yes.
blow everything up when you're done.
Right. At the risk of rehashing all these lifeguard stories. Like, I put myself in dangerous situations, but I never felt like they were dangerous to me because it was something I was really good at. You know, like, in the back of my mind, like, all right, I'm going, like, I had a rescue where people were getting swept into the pier, and there was a hurricane off source, right? So it's like hurricane surf, people getting washed into a pier. And while some might consider that dangerous, I was always like, well, absolute worst case scenario is I rescue myself. Like, if they drop and this doesn't work out, oh, we just
4-hour
lost
limit.
video. I would always be able to abandon ship and save me. So it wasn't even dangerous. But their situations are actually dangerous.